Hello, hello. What's going on, Intentional Beings, Intentional Squad? Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are doing great. Anything that requires and asks you to hate, please, just a friendly reminder, don't you hate. Don't you do it, because you are too great. Even if you don't feel like it, man. This is why I started doing this this channel, or whatever you want to call it, this motivational group. But before I start getting into it, man, I just want to say thank you to the Most High for you and I for giving us another try. We woke up and we did not die. And with that being said, that is the ultimate gift. So we will try our best to do our best and not be the same version that we always have been, and try to love and evolve within ourselves, right? Just like your iPhone evolves, updates, I think we should update ourselves as well. Today's ride along or sermon, whatever the case is, it's about forgiveness. I learned a very valuable lesson today, coming from an appointment, in a sense, where I had to forgive, most importantly, myself, and the person who put me in a position, not even put me in a position, because no one could put you in a position besides your reaction or lack of understanding. But forgiveness, man, is important. And the reason I say that is every day we woke up, the Most High forgives us from what we do and what we've done. And sometimes we don't forgive ourselves, right? Or the people that did us dirty, or whatever the case is. But I say that to say this: even the people that did you wrong were part of the story to help you become strong. So I'm not saying forgive and forget. Nah, forgive, don't repeat. But don't carry that burden, that anger, right? It's like you're sipping the poison and hoping that the person dies, but it never really works out like that. So you got to give yourself another try. Like, okay, I got duped by this person. I got played, or whatever you might say, by that person. But in the midst of it, you have to take a look at what you did in the role you played in the situation as well. Now, if you're not asking the right questions in life, man, you are, silently signing up to be a willing participant. You're signing up to be a willing victim, in a sense. And I'm not saying victim because, certain situations, right? People lie, people cheat, people steal, people kill, people do what they will. But if you ask the right questions, man, that could save your life. That could save you from doing a bit in life, right? And where you put yourself in jail, or you put yourself in a position to feel frustration, remorse, feeling as though you're not good enough, or you're not enough, right? And that feeling of it, not enough, it's one of the worst feelings in the world, man. And sometimes a voice in your head will whisper loudly like it has a megaphone that you're not good enough, you're not this enough. But, so some of the things I want you to consider is just learn to forgive people, man. My new F word this week is forgiveness. And, and I don't forget, like, don't get me wrong, but I forgive people because every day God forgives me, right? Every day we wake up, God is like, okay, go try again. It's like you respawn in a video game of life, but this isn't a video game, this is real life. But I noticed that whenever I forgive somebody who did me wrong, man, I feel lighter, I feel better. I understand myself in a lot of ways, so next time I'm in the same situation, I'm no longer moving from a place of hurt or bitterness, or and sometimes too with forgiving people, you realize that you need forgiveness of yourself, because you did people wrong, right? You're not perfect, you don't walk on water, and if you thought you did, you are in the shallow part of the pool. You might be in a kiddie pool, in a kiddie session where you playing yourself, because ain't nobody perfect, man. I always say no man is your friend, no man is your teacher, but no man is your friend, no one is your enemy, no one is your friend. Everyone is a teacher. Even kids, they teach you, like, you don't really eat from a kid's hand because they might scratch their butt and like, here, oh, it's like, okay, so, but everyone is here to teach us something about ourselves. And I'm not saying don't trust your kids, but even them, you know, if you love a child, you love your spouse, you love anything more than the Most High, more than anything, they will, I always say this, you know, they have to poo, they have to pee. And if you put them above you, right, your own mental state, your own sanity, you giving, you will feel depleted and they will shit on you. Like, sorry, not sorry. People shit on people all the time, but I make it my business to not be attached to things. Don't get me wrong, I love people, right? I realize that's one of my superpowers is people. I love people, I understand people. But you should not be attached to too much. Like, if that person wasn't here, you wouldn't, be in the right gear. Like, oh my God, if you died, I don't know how. Don't get me wrong. Certain people in my life, they were to pass, which eventually no one ever lasts like forever. So sooner or later, you're gonna have to face the truth, right? The drum to the beat you don't want to dance with. But at the end of the day, like, my relationship with me and with the Most High means so much to me that I can't, and I won't. Again, this is from learned failures, right? Not failures, but lessons, right? No L's, just lessons, right? But it's just like, dude, like, whatever you put above yourself and you make that thing your world, right? You're going to realize gravity's going to pull it off and it's all going to crash and burn. So as you forgive yourself for, overvaluing people, not saying that people are not valuable, because they are, right? But overvaluing people, man, that is the fastest way for you to, like, lose yourself. Whether you're in a relationship or you're a parent, right? Because, a lot of the times we make our kids our lungs, right? They become the oxygen for us. And as you realize that, man, you was like, hold on, let me fall back, because eventually your kids are gonna have to move out, move on, and do their own thing. And that doesn't mean that the child is a bad child, but that's just life, Eventually they're gonna have to leave and cleave, right? Eventually they're gonna have to go do what's best for them, because that's just the nature of life. And even when you get in a relationship, sometimes you lose yourself with your partner. You make that person your world. You don't even know who you are, in a sense, because everything you do has to reflect that relationship and protect that relationship. There's nothing wrong with it, because you have respect for yourself. And that's something, again, I'm not still learning. I had to learn, right, after I had to crash and burn. If you're in a relationship and you respect yourself, you have to move differently, right? You can't be in a certain place to put yourself and your partner in danger. Maybe not physical danger, but your relationship is in danger. Your job, you have respect for your job, for yourself. Most importantly, you're not going to be stealing or dealing or just try to play the system, in a sense. Or anyways, it's all about respect for yourself. And as you forgive yourself, you realize, like, damn, I was the issue, I was the problem in a lot of ways, but I'm learning. I always say to my peoples, man, I'm under construction. I'm always under construction. I'm evolving every chance that I can, and every chance that I get, I do that. So, and I'm not better than nobody. Don't get me wrong. Trust me, bro. I done gotten it wrong. I've gotten it wrong a lot of times. I've failed. And some days, some weeks, right, on the next episode of Jay's Life is, it starts off episode 1 with me fucking up, me, just not understanding the situation. But I realized too, like, instead of being reactive, let me be proactive. Like the other day, something was, it was a lot of things coming at me left and right. I felt like I was in a Mayweather fight. And I was just dodging, ducking, and weaving, and then boom, something hit me in my face. And I'm trying to catch myself back, not physically, but like mentally, like, oh shit, that caught me off guard. And I'm like, oh man, I'm stunned, right? And then there comes another thing, boom. It's like, it felt like life was jumping me, right? I was fighting a centipede. But rock with me, right? I was fighting a centipede, because it's like things after things after things. And I'm like, yo, you know what? Let me breathe. Actually, I even slowed down my tone. I turned down my voice, because a lot of times you react because, you become Hulk smash or whatever the case is. And I had to sit there and I'm like, yo, you know what? Let me not move in a mood that's angry. Let me not move with anger, because that's when I put myself in danger. I was able to stay quiet, not quiet, but like answer and still be pleasant, because that's the person I want and I'm working on being. Is just me, just like, not reacting when I'm in a mood or I'm in anger, or where I feel as though like once you realize you're not in physical danger, you might be in comfort danger. You might be in danger with your comfort, right? Because somebody's pulling out of your comfort zone and be like, oh, why are you asking me this question? Or you always trying to piss me off, or whatever the case is. I'm like, yo, could you please explain to me what you meant by that, right? And realizing that my job is not to make anyone happy, but it is also my job to keep myself calm. So if somebody's expressing to them about how I did something wrong, I'm not taking it the wrong way. So I was able to, stay cool, even though, life was lifing, and sometimes it's trifling. I was able to just, let me not make a mistake in this moment, right? So as I forgive those that did me wrong, because I've done people wrong, wasn't always Mr. Upright, but I'm letting go of the pain. I'm letting go of the people that hurt me, and realizing that to the Most High I am worthy, and to the Most High you are worthy too. And you forgive people. I know it's easier said than done, because some of those people are still in your life, whether it's your parents, your spouse, your kids, or your job, or whatever the case is, your siblings. No one is your enemy. No one is your friend. Everyone is a teacher. So everyone is here to teach you. And as we learn these lessons, let's just forgive ourselves, right? Let's just release, man. Take off the shell of hell and put on the clothes of abundance. Put on the fine threads, and give yourself a chance to get ahead, man. Like, everyone's figuring their stuff out, and so are you. So give the grace that you wish to face. And yeah, let me know if this makes sense, family. Like, write in the comments or something. Like, I know I never really do that. But like, comment, subscribe, man. I'm trying to grow this channel up, because a lot of times we keep things bottled up, and it's not beneficial to you, your surroundings, your community, nothing like that. But what's good for yourself and for your community is to release that beast, so it no longer feasts, right? So it no longer eats at you, no longer beats at you, or it just tears you down, right? So best of luck on your journey. Like, comment, subscribe, man, like I said before. And most importantly, stay blessed by the best. Stay away from anything that makes you feel like you're less. Once you know whose you are, you remember who you are, and you are a child of the Most High, and you are loved, you are appreciated, you are valued, and you make a difference, right? Because what would the world be without you? What would it be without me? So with that note, stay sucker free and prosper, and I wish you guys nothing but abundance and blessings. And remember, forgive, release, let it go. It's not good for your soul, and it's terrible for the ego, right? When you move around wounded and you feel as though everybody's doing you dirty. Nah, sometimes you just gotta learn certain lessons, and it's uncomfortable. But still, once you learn the lesson, you won't repeat it again, Peace. Stay blessed by the best, and stay away from anything that makes you feel less. And love, peace, and blessings.